Hello, this is Greg Allison with Galactic Gregs, coming to you from Mars on Yuri's Night. We're having a quick little Yuri's Night celebration on Mars, or at least a commemoration. So check it out, guys. Let's see. Stuck. Yeah. There we go. Here we are in Mars. Yeah, I got stuck there in my controls, my friends. There's a little advert for the Mars Society. And by the way, I will have Bob Zubrin on my channel here on the 5th of May from the Mars Society, talking about settling Mars. And here we are on a Mars settlement that's based on a design of mine. And so let's go in here and we're going to do a little celebration of Yuri's Night. And there's a little historical display here. This is sort of a museum. All this was put together, this entire simulation of Mars, in a simulation known as Kitely. And this was all developed by a friend of mine named Mike Laurie. And the habitat in here is based on my habitat concept, my universal habitat. And so it is named Greg's Habitat. You can see I've got the Green Greg label here, so the Galactic Greg. Green Greg's is my other YouTube channel. And it's more of a prepstead gardening channel. So, by the way, this universal habitat will work great on Earth or in space. So let's go in here. We got a haul for Yuri right here. You can see this is Yuri's Night 2021. And they actually had a celebration here earlier. I could not attend that or bring it to you earlier because my day job prevented. I am a contractor at NASA in my day job. And I'm doing system safety on the avionics of the Space Launch System. Whether you do or not support that is immaterial. That's how I'm making my living right now. And I have actually done work in support of SpaceX, by the way. And I'm actually a fan of Starship program, even though I have offered some constructive criticism of that program of late. So yeah, don't mistake that from where I really am. So let's go to Yuri here real briefly, and we'll go into the habitat. We'll make this a quick video tonight because Yuri's Night is about to wear off. It's about to be the 13th. It's presently the 12th of April, 2021. And at the moment, in Central Daylight Time, it is 11:20 hours. That's the time on deck. All right. So as we all know, actually today was, wow, 61. That was 60 years ago today. 60 years ago today, Yuri Gagarin became the first man to fly into space, first Earthling. He escaped the gravity of planet Earth. Well, actually, he was still in gravity. He was in free fall, falling around the horizon. So it was, it felt like, it's called free fall. It feels like zero gravity. And he did this in a spaceship called the Vostok 1. And he was a senior lieutenant at the time in the Russian Air Force. He orbited the Earth at an altitude of 187.75 miles, which is 302 kilometers, for 108 minutes. So, and he was going 18,000 miles an hour. He was the fastest man on Earth at that time. And so it was quite a feat. At the time, the United States was still struggling to get our first astronaut, Alan Shepard, up on a suborbital flight on a Redstone rocket. Of course, Redstone Arsenal is the place that I do my day job. So we can all appreciate that. So anyway, so who was this guy that was met and graded by hundreds of thousands of people in Russia? The first one to boldly go where no man had gone before. That was him in his spacesuit there. So let's go look at the man as a kid, how he got started. Yuri was born on 9 March 1934 in Klushino, a small village 100 miles west of Moscow. His father was a cabinet maker, carpenter, bricklayer, and farmer. And my father did all that, but my father was also a USDA government inspector for poultry. So I can relate to that a little bit. And his mother was a milkmaid. Together they worked on a collective farm by Soviet social standards. His heritage was impeccable. He was the third of the 4 children. During the war, the Nazis threw the family out of their home and took away 2 of his sisters. So he was not fond of that. Yuri helped his parents dig a dugout where they lived during the war. So they had a bunker. They made their own bunker. And then the family moved to, boy, I can't pronounce it, G-Z-I-A-T-Z, Zekstak. I don't know. One time I had a little better tongue for Russian when I was over there for a week or so. He was a teenager. When he was a teenager, he witnessed a Russian Yak fighter plane make a forced landing near a field near his home. And it was just returned from battle. Its wings were bullet hole ridden, and the pilots emerged covered in medals. And he was extremely impressed, as he later recalled. So maybe that's what launched him on his way to wanting to be a pilot. He was really impressed by that. So let's go over here and look at him as a kid. We understood immediately the price that he had paid for the military decorations. We boys all wanted to be brave and handsome pilots. We experienced the strange feelings such as we had never known before. We were proud of him. They thought this was a hero, you know, in the war against the Germans, who he was not fond of at all because they took his sisters, you know. He completed 6 grades of secondary school where he studied mathematics, his favorite subject, and physics, and all that in 6 years of secondary school. Interesting. And he went to trade school where he became a foundry man. At the same time, he read Longfellow, Hiawatha, and the works of Victor Hugo and Charles Dickens, as well as the works of Russian rocket scientist, pioneer, Konstantin Tsiolkovsky. A year and a half after that trade school, he joined a 4th-year technical school. And in his 4th year in school, he was offered a chance to join a flying club. And so began his realization of his dream to become a pilot, which he wanted to do. And he took his first solo flight in 1955. He was frequently praised by his ability to handle a plane and his skill in making smooth landings. He'll make a wonderful pilot, his instructor said. So let's go over here. And indeed he did, as we all know. It earned him the right to fly, right? He was excited about flying. He spent the entire summer in a tent next to the airfield. He just couldn't get away from it. He took his first solo flight in 1955. We already said that, didn't we? Yeah, how about all that? Yikes. When flying, he learned to parachute, a skill that would later serve him well because he had to parachute out of the Vostok 1 capsule, the one that took him into space. So that became a critical skill to him. I can't read all that writing. He might change his font size next time. At the advice, let's see, I guess that was instructor. He joined the Soviet Air Force, and he joined the Soviet Air Force, and he went to aviation school where he learned to fly MiGs. And he also attended dance school where he met his lovely wife. How about that, guys? So not only was he a pilot, but he could dance and woo the women. So, but that's what he wanted to be. He was charming, right? Let's say it's kind of hard to maneuver in this time. There he is, the spacesuit. I just want to kind of walk y'all through here. Come back here. There he is, decorating all those medals because he was so impressed with the other pilot with medals. Well, he got his. So let's take a shortcut inside the habitat, guys. Did you know Galactic Graves could do this? We'll walk back out or fly out, one of the two. You see me walk. Here we are. By the way, if you can see my cursor, this is Greg's Habitat. Greg's Habitat, Universal Habitat. This is modeled off my own design. But all this, the primary work in here was done by Mike Laurie in building this in the sim. We had a lot of assistance from other people. So let's look around. It's got an aquaponics system. This tank has got salmon in it, actually, I believe. That's actually, there we go. There we go. There's our fish. A freshwater salmon. Because it's a freshwater system. All right. And so we got a dance stage. We got a stage over part of the water tank. It covers the water tank with a ghostly piano, drum set, dance ball, cushions for people to sit in, We got the garden growing everywhere, growing on the wall. There's a nice pear tree, partridge and a pear tree. We got bamboo, we got tomatoes, we got little oranges over here. So let's fly. Oop, my head. These are vessels containing water to help provide radiation shielding. Yeah, we got to work out the sizing on the water containers, but they're separate from each other. So if you have a Mars quake, they won't all bump into each other. So they're hanging from the ceiling. And quite frankly, you got 14.7 PSI across the entire ceiling there. That's a lot of pressure. So you need to hang some weight from it to counterbalance the pressure of the atmosphere, which would want to blow that top clean off. So having water up there is actually a good thing. You need to wait. Yeah, look outside, guys. Here we are. So I'm gonna, yeah, there's our Vostok 1 capsule that Yuri flew in. So let's set her down and walk again. Boom. Look here. This is a multi-level habitat. It's based on my concept for one on Earth. Now, for a family of 4, it would only need to be about 1/10 of an acre inside. You would grow on the ceiling, and other places would be very efficient. Much as the DeVase family from Pasadena, California, who on 1/10 of an acre grow all the food they need and actually sell, well, all except the grain products, and sell the excess food from it and actually make a living on it. And they supported 4 adults that way until their father passed away. So I call that a DeVase unit, 1/10 of an acre. This is a little bit bigger. This thing would need to be about 76 foot in diameter to be the same size, but this is actually 30 meters in diameter, so it's actually bigger than that. So the Vostok 1 there, just hanging in the sky. So this is very much in celebration here of Yuri's night, and I'm a little late to it. Like I said, I wasn't able to make their meeting today, which they had, unfortunately. I wish I had them, but I couldn't do it because I had some really big stuff going on my day job. I had some issues and just had to support my work. So here we are, guys. A lot of stuff here. And you got a lot of living quarters in here. All these walls are thick for radiation shielding. Got bedrooms. So we got some office space in here, living room. We got a chicken and a rabbit, and a partridge and a pear tree. We do have a pear tree. There's our elevator room. Got a coffee machine. Boy, you know me, laptop. Yep, I can't live without coffee. I don't take my sleep lying down. I take it in a cup. So there's a lot of other little facilities in here and around here. And we'll go back up. We'll go outside, and I'll fly around just a little bit. And just so you know, there is a spaceship outside. It's a SpaceX Starship. That is. Whoa. I walk a circular walk here. Yows. I managed to do it without bumping in the wall. So let's walk in here. We used to have some stuff in there. We go. Here, guys. There's a full kitchen. Don't make you turning around so fast. Bunk beds, regular bunk beds. It's like a regular bedroom for the kiddies. If you got to be more serious to astronaut type accommodations, right over here. Look here, guys. Like you could do all kind of fancy sleeping in here. Maybe you can go in hibernation. Little private. Each one of those almost to be like your little private home. So there's a lot of stuff in here, a lot of things you can do. So let's go flying again. See if I can get a bump in my head. Ow. Bang, keep bumping into things. Let's walk outside, guys. We want to hit floor and walk. Bing. All right. This was the way I took a shortcut and beamed in here. Tunnel's got airlocks and such and so forth. And you'll see a computer down at the other end. We're going to walk back out the hallway here. Just going to fly around a little bit outside. Now, the perspective is from behind the avatar. And it made me lose weight to get up here to get my ticket. So I had to lose a lot of weight. But you can see the hair color is mine. If I walk back to it, you can see it's got my beard. Okay, let's go flying. All right, well, there's no ocean like that on Mars unless we're terraforming, but that's kind of the limitations of the sim here. You can see other construction along the way. You can see we've got kind of reflective mirrors and photovoltaics kind of doubled together because this is kind of seen as in a northerly place here. We got all kinds of other habitat construction out here, antennas, and here's our, it's actually an older version of the SpaceX Starship. And we got mining equipment. Let's go to the mines, guys. A lot of this stuff will flesh out when you get closer to it. Here we go. And a lot of this stuff is actually still in development here. This is intended to be a mining facility. And they got a Sabatia processing facility here. Here they're actually digging, and all that's coming back over here to be processed. It's been processed here. This had been a mine. The mine equipment's out of there. About to build some more habitat stuff in here. A lot of building going on here. Holy smoke. A lot of stuff going on here. So a lot of this is still in process. This is still being built. Mike Lowry's very busy with this thing. This is a labor of love for him, and I have a lot of respect for him, and I really appreciate that he fleshed out my habitat concept here and made it beautiful. And I've also got more on this from, look at that little Mars orb floating there. Isn't that cool? He's always got something new in here. Every time I come in here, he's done some new stuff. It's really cool. I'm sure they had a nice little dance party. It was been DJ'd by Rosa Alexi, I hope I said that right. So there we are, back on the surface here. A lot of processing facilities have got around here. Rovers, a lot of cool things. And there's also a museum up here. They got a lot of other things here in their sims. They've been real busy developing this stuff. So I hope I can come back here in the future and get do a program directly with Mike and show you some of the stuff and have him talk you through it. For now, we're going to call it a day because Uri's Night's almost over, and I'd like to get this loaded before Uri's Night passes away, at least in Mountain Time and Western Pacific Time. So at least some of you could see this while it's still Uri's Night, possibly. So we're going to end this now. Hang on a second. I'm going to get something real quick. Give me a second before I end it. I think. Okay. I have to look around some more to find what I was looking for. I've got some little Vostok spacecraft and things I was going to show you, but I'm going to have to wait. I'll show them to you in the future. But I was actually at their first party, their inaugural Uri's Night party here. Let me stop share. Hey, Halo. Hang a rocket from a balloon and off we go. Just start a Halo program, guys. So that's why I let's sing that song. That's also kind of a way to say hi, right? Oh, yeah. Look at my neat little starships. I got two of them. These were made by my friend, Ben Hewson, who I met probably about 30 years ago at the International Space Development Conference. And so many of you may know, I actually chaired at the International Space Development Conference, the one in 1993. So they get like this to refuel. And I'm going to show you one day how to use this on Venus to build habitats like the one on Mars too. That's why I got two of these. Do you believe these actually float in the Venus atmosphere? I'll go into that, so you got to stay tuned. I'm going to come back to that. And I've got a lot of good architectural work being done on my Earth habitat and Venus habitat concepts by a lady in Tunisia. She's in Tunis, Tunisia. And Afif is her name. So I'll bring you all that real soon. And it's really stunning. Her work is really stunning. So I'm going to have to promote her in a future video quite heavily because she's done some real stunning work for me. And it's beautiful. You just going to have to see it. And I got a video I got to come up with real soon about why we can't afford to just to let China settle the moon, China and Russia, why that can be a real threat. More than you might think. Unless you read Heinlein, then you might know. You might know where I would go if you read Heinlein. The moon is a harsh mistress. It can be. So there we go, guys, my friends. You can support my channel by clicking some of the links below that offered through Green Griggs. I mean, guys, if you want the good food to take on your space missions, hey, go to prepwithgreg.com. That way you can practice a space mission. Long-term, 25-year long lasting food. It's freeze-dried. Be good practice for your space missions. And also, you got to have you need a closed-loop life support system. Okay. I'll be selling worms in a few weeks, guys. So if you want to get ready for that. I've got a lot of videos on gardening over on my Green Griggs channel. Check it out. And with all that, I'm going to say very much to all my friends here. Oh, yeah, it's Tree Leaf Market links too if you want to grow seeds. You need to practice growing your stuff to grow feed them when you get in space. Well, that I'm going to say thank you for watching.